Okay, before I refit the carb and take it out for another run, which today ain't going to happen anyway because it's chucking down the rain, I thought I'd see if I could pressure test this crankcase. I have got somewhere, I'll have to find it, some stuff for detecting gas leaks. So that should work okay. I have just made up a little plate there with a valve in it. It's just off a tube. Basically just cut a tube out, a valve out of a tube, an old tube which was leaky. Yeah, made this little plate up, clamped that on there, and I just found a piece of aluminium. I didn't see that in there, so I've just turned that down a bit so that will fit inside the nut, the exhaust nut. Clamp that up. If it's going to leak anywhere, that'll be there. I think we should be okay here, and if there is a leak there, that might be our cause, but at least I can go round, squirt round the base gasket, see if we've got anything there. Yeah, I can't actually see the seals at the moment, so but we'll start off with that, see if there's anything obvious to start with. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. So I just need to get about 5 psi in here. I think that's about the amount you put in to test it. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. Right, this might be tricky, just trying to get a small amount of pressure in here. We'll see how we get on. Doesn't look like I'm getting anything. Looks like it's gone straight out. So I'll just have to squirt a little bit of this stuff round and see if there's anything to start with. I mean, I don't know how well I'll seal this valve in here. Oh dear. Right away, it's coming out here actually. Look at that there. See anything else. So perhaps I haven't got this tightened enough. Can't see that coming out anywhere else apart from there, so I think I need to have a see if I can seal this up a bit better. I have got a new gasket, so I'll just have to try that. I'll give that a little extra nip and see if that will do the job. I don't want to over tighten it. That's one size better. 1/4 inch. It was just leaking out the top, nowhere else. Coming out there. Right, new gasket. Right, let's have another look. That may just be this plate isn't man enough to hold that flat. So obviously when you tighten that up, that's going to pull in. So you might have to find some other way of plugging that. Yeah, still come out there, look. Back to the drawing board. I suppose the only other thing I could try is a bit of joint seal around there. I might even get a different, not that happy on these actually. I can get a different way of sealing that up, because that might have been the problem all along. These little funny little, don't know what they're made of, but they're sort of flexible, like very thick gasket material. That might be better with a insulator block. What's the stuff called? I can never remember what the stuff is called. Like the fibre resin stuff. Might be better with that. Or it might just be that this piece of aluminium is too thin and just isn't man enough. But it does seem as though it's only leaking at the top. Right, let's try something else. Right, I've just popped an O-ring in there. I think I've got it in the right sort of place, because obviously there's no groove or anything for it to sit in. I've not over tightened that. So let's see what happens now. I meant to switch the pump off and switch the camera off instead. Yeah. Well, that doesn't seem to be leaking there now, but it don't seem as though I'm still getting any pressure in there. Absolutely nothing. This valve is no good. Which is going to be hard to tell. Let's have another little squirt around the base. And then have a look at the exhaust. I think that might be coming out there as well. No, still not getting any pressure in it. It's going to be hard to do this and see the exhaust. I can't really see that easily if anything is leaking around here. Obvious. This valve isn't any good. Let's try a different valve. Right, I've just now changed this the fitting that was on this thing here to one I can use off my air compressor. So I haven't got that running in the background. So you know, so I've got this, I mean, running in the background. So I've got nice quiet air now. Right, so should be able to hear something where it's coming from. Which indeed I can. But where exactly? I think I'm going to have to take the I can't, what I really need to do is hold it on there so I can move around, hold this on here, hands free I really need to be, so I can then just press that. Get an idea where that is coming out from. It's obviously coming from somewhere, but yeah, I might have to take the side covers off because it is sounding very much like an oil seal. It's either an oil seal or it's just coming out of the exhaust. But I did just actually take this off. It's dark down there. Let's put another light on. Doesn't make much difference. Yeah, I did just actually take this off and put an O-ring rather than the copper seal. Yeah, I don't over tighten it because I just tear up the O-ring. I could give it a little bit more. It's just so difficult to hear. Right. And you think that would be more of a hiss if that was coming from here. Just see if that's made a difference. Not really. See, it's just not holding any pressure. Oh, let's get the thing square. Oops. Oh, it is blowing out there now, I think. Is it? No. Yeah, not holding any pressure. I really need to something to hold that on there while I press the lever and feel around here to see if I can feel any air coming out. So I need to rig up something to strap that on there, I think, now, so I can go hands free. Strap and a bit of string. Now got one-handed operation. Do you know what? That definitely sounds down here. I can't feel any air up there at all. Plug is in, it's not coming out there. Yes. Is it more this side or is it more the other side? Reach this now. That is definitely sounding. Definitely sounding more this side. Yeah. Gonna have to take that off. Might even have to, well, if it is the seals, I probably will have to take the engine out, won't I? But just to double check, I mean, I have already got gasket set and full set of seals on order. I've ordered them just in case. Yeah, it is. I don't know if you can sort of come across on the camera. Let's try to lower this down a bit. I mean, that if that's leaking, that's a gaping great leak. Yeah. Let's just move the engine around a bit. Don't matter where, ever I put that. That is just not building up any pressure at all. Look at that. Yeah, nothing at all. Not holding anything. Right, I think we know where we're going with this one. Looks like it's going to be engine out. Probably just take this off first. I can literally feel air. Turn that compressor off. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Probably won't show. Well, let's see in this shot. Okay. Yeah, under there somewhere. Not showing it very well, but I can feel it. Oh, there you go, under there. I think I'll whip the flywheel off. Obviously the engine is going to have to come out, but it'd just be nice to make trebly sure before we start stripping the engine out. nothing around that. Nothing around that seal there. It's up behind here somewhere. But I can't exactly feel anything. Right, I'll take these off and see if there's anything more apparent. The only place that can be leaking from is round here. I think what's happened, this has come away from there, breaking the seal. You can see some of this sealant here. I can never remember. Well seal. Always get me. Yeah, you can see here that that's oily. It's been getting past the well seal. Oily there as well a bit. And I think the reason is these screws. That's one of the screws. There's the other three. Like that. I don't think they're long enough. I think they've just pulled out because some of these threads, I think that was that one, that will push in up to, it'll push in that far without even any thread engagement. So I think that's all it is. That's come away and that's blowing through there. What these other threads are like. Can't get in that one. Oh, I'll sit the wrong side. Let me get round the other side. Yeah, I mean that seal is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that one actually, that goes in that much without any engagement. That one I think is pretty much okay. Yeah, that one's fine. Bottom one. Yeah, again, can't go that far before I even pick up a thread. Yeah, so for these little brass screws, don't want the length they're meant to be. Well, see, these are probably not long enough. They should probably all be like this, I would think. I'll have to have a look in the parts book and see what size they're supposed to be. And see what thread they are, because I may even have to helicoil these. Bit of a weak spot there, isn't it? Really? You think you've got that, all the weight of the coils and everything just hanging off these little, are they BA? Might be BA, might be 2BA screws. Yeah, not very good. So yeah, I might need to get some, whatever thread they are, some helicoils. So BA, I know I haven't got any BA helicoils. I've got some BSF, I think. But yeah, that certainly looks like where the problem was. I can't actually seal that up to see if there's anything else. But I suppose at least that saves removing the engine. That's why I thought I'd better check first. I mean, you can see here, look, all the oil sitting there, in here. So yeah, I think that is pretty obvious. Yeah, that's a mixture of oil and weld seal in there. That's well sticky. So I'm going to have a big clean up. I'm going to have to remove my wire. I think, is it hardwired in? I can't remember now. I did that. Yeah, I did hardwire that in, so I will have to either unsolder that, remove the coils, or disconnect the wire up at the where the other coil is, the external HT coil. Because all that is, that one there is just the exciter. Because the HT winding on this coil was faulty, so I stripped that back and just used an exciter and also this other coil down here in parallel with it, and an external coil underneath the tank. So yeah, tank is probably going to have to come off for me to move that wire and get this out of the way, so I can get it on the bench to clean it up properly, rather than having it sort of precariously standing on that piece of wood. Yeah, just been having a look. I think these are BSF, although I couldn't find an actual size for these particular ones on this machine. The ones on the others, the 80s and things, all seem to be BSF, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah, unfortunately my BSF helicoil is 1/4 inch, so I've just had to order a 3/4 inch one. But I've just been having a little bit of a clean round. Really, when you think about it, there's not actually a lot of sealant surface there. You've only really got this boss here. For some reason there's this little cutout section there. I don't know what that's for, because there's no corresponding piece in here. Yeah, so you're really just relying on a small area to seal it up, and with these screws not being so good, not the threads, well, actually the thread on that one isn't too bad, so I think I'll leave that one. Oops, I can't see, can you? Yeah, that one isn't too bad, so I think I will leave that one well alone. Yeah, so the first sort of three or four threads maybe. That one is okay. Yeah, about the same. That's these ones I think were a bit, yeah, that one especially. That one is especially bad. And that one is not that great either. So I think if I just do these bottom two, I think we'll be okay. What I want is some screws which are not quite an inch, I think. I think this one was an inch. Yeah. And these ones, 3/4 inch, I don't think they're long enough. I think they should be, I don't know, maybe 1/8 longer, something. Yeah, I don't think time to get through there into there. There's not a lot holding it. Yeah, so that's where we are with that. So I've just got to wait for the helicoil to turn up. Some longer screws, because I've got the 3 short and 1 long, which I'll have to, yeah, I want an odd length really. Each is going to be too much. 3/4, not enough. Yeah. If anyone does know what length they should be, it'd be very interesting. Thread depth on these is about, or the hole depth I should say, is about 3/4 of an inch, apart from that one, which goes for some reason right the way through. Is that because that's threaded into the port? That might be. Yeah, that's the port there, isn't it? Transfer port, which is probably what that is for, part of the transfer port. I don't know what that little bit is going to do. Not a lot. Yeah, so 3/4 of an inch there. These were 0.36 deep. Yeah, so I want screws about an inch, slightly less really, to be safe, because I don't want to, yeah, push into the back of the case. Yes, at least we know what the problem is now. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, once that's all back together, once I've done these two inserts here, these ones I'll leave. Like I say, that one I don't want to risk putting a helicoil in there in case the tang ends up going into the crankcase. I think I might make up a little jig just to keep the holes straight when I drill them. Yeah, but apart from that, yeah, once it's back together, I'll then test the pressure again and see if we've got any other problems, but I'm pretty sure that was that. Yeah, at least I didn't have to take the engine out, although that might have been interesting to strip it, but there we are. Yeah, if there's nothing wrong with it, you don't really want to touch it, do you? Oh yeah, what was going to measure? It's just all shows the bottom of this barrel and its spacer. It's a little bit strange. If I can get a measure on here somewhere, get a ruler on here, so that there is enough light from the base of the engine up to the top of here, where the nut is. It's not quite an inch. I can't really see in there what that is exactly. Yeah, so we've got this spacer at the bottom, which is about this spacer here, which is about 1/4 of an inch, and we've got that, which is about 1/2 an inch as far as I can tell. Yeah, so we're a little bit over 3/4 of an inch. I can't really see that, the glasses aren't that. The light isn't that good and the glasses aren't that good, what I've got on. Got my workshop glasses on. Yeah, I suppose I could try and measure it with a vernier, might be better. Maybe get it on this end. Yeah, I'll try getting a vernier on that end and see what it measures. .723 that measures from the base, from the this spacer to the top of that, where the nut is. 0.725. 0.725, that's probably closer, yeah. And that spacer is 0.252 by the looks of it. I've got a little bit of a sealant there, so I can't quite squeeze into it. 0.249, somewhere around there. Yeah. Yeah, so someone was saying that this might have been machined down the crankcase and a spacer put in and a 34A barrel, although for some reason that's got 34A barrel, they said, yeah. And this has got in there, you probably can't see it, but someone's painted 33A. Yeah. Okay.